succeeded in extending human sight far beyond the horizon.
Okay, guess we're live now. Anyway, um, we're starting off with Radon versus Fry, and guess like it's the nature of matches, it's pretty one-sided. Well, I guess at least we have an interesting map here. It's Arctic, a map that is not played that often anymore. It used to be pretty popular among the old school players back in the day, but nowadays it's just, I don't know, no one likes to play it anymore. But I guess that's also positive about the veto system, that you actually get to play maps that, yeah, maps like Arctic. Okay, so we actually do have one interesting matchup on server number 3, but let's notice that here we can't really switch right now. But yeah, let me tell you, it's Shuzo versus Origin, and they're playing Turbine. And Shuzo is actually leading by 3 now, and they're about to finish actually. There's 1 minute left. That's, I don't know if you can call it an upset already, but definitely surprising, to say the least. And what do we have on 1? Skimmet versus Fixer SA. Okay, Skimmet not exactly having a tough time there, leading by almost 30. Is my volume better now, Raphael? Okay, it's supposed to be better now at least. Anyway, yeah. Okay, on server 4 we have Lokio versus C Crone, and well, not so surprisingly, Lokio is quite ahead. Let's have a look at the bracket. Forgot we have so many players today that we can't even have all games of round 1 played simultaneously, so it's gonna take a while before we know how it actually continues. But what we do know is Skimmet is going to play Raphael in the next round. Ridon versus Shuzo, I guess. Yeah, that's about it. Let's see. Skills versus Pixis, about to start. Yeah, let's just hope Notice comes back here soon, because otherwise we can't really switch to any other server. So yeah. Okay, from what I heard, you guys are trying to interact with me on stream chat, but okay. I guess you can do that with Notice, but you'll have a hard time with me because I'm not actually following the stream at all. It's just too much. You know, there's only so many windows I can have open at a time, so guess you'll have to wait until the boss arrives. So, are you here now? Yeah, it was. Not really. I mean, we have a somewhat close to an upset already, Shuzo beating Origin, but I don't know if that was expected to happen. Yeah. Yeah. I think he's in Ridon's clan now, isn't he? Yeah. I think they've been practicing. They've been practicing a lot from what I saw. Yeah. So where are we right now? Yeah. Raphael just messaged me. It was like, hey, who are you talking to, man?
All right, yeah, my mic was just muted, which was the point. My mic was supposed to be muted, but it's funny because it like wasn't. No, it was. All right, anyway, so, but yeah, that's as I was saying to no one other than Acuerta. No really good games right now. I guess it would be between Bug and Daft Punk slash Krakovic or picks versus skills. So, Chad, which would you rather see, skills picks or Bug Krakovic? Bug Krako, skills picks. Tied at one. Tied at one vote each. Two for Bug and Krakovic. You can't just call these bad games. What? What am I supposed to do? BM as fuck. Oh, okay. Well, I didn't call them bad games. I called them less interesting games. I think that's what I said. And they're objectively less interesting because they're not as close. So, all right, I'm getting a lot of votes for Bug and Krakovic. Apparently, this game is starting now. Ali versus Zaharia on OT. So that's also an option, I guess. I don't know what these players' skill level is. I've heard some good things about Ali. I don't know who he is, but I haven't heard. I don't know. I've heard he might be good, but if he's not, then this could be an interesting game.
No, I don't think it's gonna be close.
Okay.
I don't know that Saharia guy, but Ali is pretty good.
Alright, well then this is probably not going to be the closest game either. Yeah, Ollie's already off to a 2-frag lead. Alright, I'm going to go to Bug Krakovic, which I believe won the vote.
Yeah, I'm already there.
Alright, perfect. Nope, wrong server, me. Server 3. I got 4 minutes to go in this, and yeah, it's, let's watch Krakovic and see what's causing him to be down by 8. See how he can improve. Alright, so I'm on Krakovic. Now I know he's an old school player who was more known for his Insta and his Insta CTF. Didn't play so many tournaments, but you know, everyone from. Alright, that was pretty funny. I'm not sure what that move was, but Bug kind of giving up a kill there. And Krakovic on a nice little run here. Acuerta, I don't know if you've ever listened to me cast effic before. It's like, you know, the first time I ever tried to do it, I was like, what the hell do you say? It's effic. They just kill each other repeatedly. It's like, what am I supposed to talk about? But then people were like, just talk about everything. Just keep talking. Just say what's happening all the time. So I did that, and people were like, this is cool. So, you know, I'm just going for it here. But feel free to at any time if you have something like interesting.
Yeah,
You know, just
I'm just here to chat anyways.
Yeah, right on, man. So Krakovic's actually cut it to 5, so something interesting is sort of happening. Bug is also a really old school player. Back in the day, man, I mean, you know this. Bug was always like, "Oh, I don't want to duel Bug. That guy ruins the fic. Oh, he just hides. It's so annoying." And now, like, there's a zillion people who play that way. So I don't think Bug's even that special anymore compared to the way a lot of people play effic these days.
I think a lot of people have actually adapted to his kind of style. Like, not consciously or anything, but it's just been accepted in tournaments that you play defensively and rifle a lot, that kind of stuff.
Yep. I mean, I think for a while it was like you could play someone like Bug or Achille even. Not that Achille was super passive, but he was all rifle, and it's like, all right, well, you know, this guy's hitting a bunch of rifles, or this guy's stalling me out a lot, but you know, I'm a better player. I'm gonna win, so I don't have to play his style. And eventually, players just got better. They caught up. You know, people like Frosty. Like, it got to where you had to play the way you had to play. You couldn't just overpower them. And the fic got more serious, and people just adapted. And
Yeah,
the current effic style is a lot more, less mistakes. You can't do as many flashy things because you really have to make 0 mistakes to win a game of effic these days.
yeah. I mean, you know it yourself. Back in our day, we just hopped around as gracefully as possible and hit an air rocket there.
Yeah, it's true.
That kind of stuff.
It's true. It's not that
That
our game
that's
wasn't.
just not gonna happen anymore.
No. You know, I've watched our demos from 2014 in modern context. It's not that we weren't playing a refined game. It's just that you didn't hide. You didn't stop. You know, that was just everyone agreed to play that way, and that was how we played.
It was just 10 minutes of rushing, basically.
Basically.
Who hits MG the hardest? Yeah.
Pretty much.
That was it.
I mean, you watch players like the top 3 players today. They still do kind of play like that. Like you see more of this nitty gritty scrum kind of play. Like maybe in the top 10, maybe like 10 through 6, you know. But when you get to Rexus, Potato, and Art, like those 3 do play more of an old school style. Like it's tempered with the ability to play the new school style, and it's you know, they're gonna play the way they need to win. But they've got such good aim. They play a lot more open than these other players do because they can sort of run you over, and they would rather get into their offense, you know, and really get their game flowing than they would stall out. Because if you got someone like Potato, you know, if you're playing passive against him, all it takes is for you to make a few mistakes, and he'll rack up a few kills on you, and then you'll be sort of stuck in that style. You won't be able to get your game flowing fast enough to make the frags up, if that makes any sense to anyone.
Yeah, I think that's especially true for Potato.
Yeah.
He just runs you over and smashes you to bits and pieces.
Not that you can't. I've seen Frosty get some really good results against Potato though, playing his game. I was told to switch to Ali by Agalok. I don't know if that was the best idea. I'm seeing 51 to 29 over here. I'm thinking there's got to be a better game than this somewhere. So I'm gonna take a look on the other servers, see what's going on.
Yeah, but I think it's definitely gonna be interesting how he performs this tournament. Ali, I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's just an underdog somewhat, but I remember the last ECTF tourney, he basically dominated the effic all versus all.
Really?
Yeah, he had the most tracks.
Huh.
And
Is his name short for, like, when? How long has he been around?
I think he's been around for some time actually. But he used to go by Alligator.
Alright,
I don't
yeah,
know.
I'm not sure if I really know this guy. But yeah, it'll be cool. I mean, he's put up 58 frags in about 6.5 minutes on OT here. That's a lot. That's the mark of a guy who can aim pretty good. So it'll be interesting.
Yeah, he definitely knows how to aim. That's for sure.
So I'm gonna pull up the bracket here. Take a look. I mean, it's been changing so fast. I don't even know for sure who's playing anymore. The last time I looked at the bracket, you were still in it, for context. So, cool thing about Zaharaya, and I wasn't sure what his skill level was going to be, but he's actually played quite a few tournaments. He's you can count on him to show up and have fun a lot of the time. Like he showed up for some FFA tournaments like with no chance. You know, that's really cool. It takes balls. It takes, you know, not taking yourself too seriously to have the moxie to do that. So respect to him for you know, coming out to play.
Yeah, that's also something I wanted to encourage. I don't know, am I lagging at the moment? Because it feels so.
Are you? I don't know where you're at. I'm on Sauer Duels 4 right now.
No, I meant lagging in voice chat.
Oh no, you're good.
Okay, good. Because I was lagging in game again. The reason why I didn't play today, by the way, for anyone who's interested. Anyway, yeah, the part about people like Zachariah signing up for these tournaments, that's something I wanted to encourage with this whole Steam gift stuff. Because, you know, people who just sign up and play also get a shot at winning something, and I don't know, it's just cool that it's not always us 15 pro players or whatever
Oh, absolutely.
belling it out.
I agree completely. I think the Steam gift was the Steam gift raffle was a great idea. So thank you for that one. And yeah, you know, you can't just have, you know, it's great. Like you got 15 pro players, you get a pretty active competitive community, but a game needs more than that to feel alive, to feel fun. You know, you need players of all skill levels, and that just makes it, you know, that much more special. So big ups to all these players who've come out today and given it their best. And yeah, look at Ali. He's got 86 with 45 seconds to go. I can't do that. Fuck. So this guy's legit. I'm curious to see how far he's gonna go. So I have managed to pull the bracket up on my phone. Skimmit put up 90 on the South African guy. So I wasn't sure what Skimmit's skill level was, but apparently he can drop frags at least. Partisan's playing, that's a big deal. He went through Hammond easy enough, and he's gonna be playing Bug next. Lokio's on skills, Redon's on Shuzo, and Rexus is still waiting for Ali to get to him. Rexus Ali, that's gonna be a good game.
Oh yeah.
Hades did sign up. Now Hades is pretty out of shape. I know he put up some pretty bad results last few days, but if he can play himself into the shape for the tournament, he's a really he's really good. So he could win if he really feels himself. So that's someone to watch. If nothing else, assuming he plays himself into shape a bit, you should be able to expect him in the top 8 at least. Frosty seems to have managed to lose his bye. I guess he took your spot. So he's hanging down against Tamino soon. We got to get through those first. Lagout is here. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, we got Lagout to play.
Way to go. Way to go, Lagout. Way to go, Whoop, for collecting Lagout and throwing him in the tourney. That's awesome. So Lagout's going to end up against Frosty, probably, assuming Frosty comes out of the bracket the way you'd expect. And that'll be a good game. We're going to have more games than I can watch. There's going to be so many good games in the second round. But for now, we've got Frosty versus Tamino. And let's see what the other servers are doing as well.
By the way, I just saw you're connected through the player connect.
Yes.
Yeah, you'd have to give me the connect.
Oh, you're like way behind. You're 5 seconds behind everything, huh?
Yeah.
All right. Frosty's playing, so you can't ask him. Yeah, I'll get you that. 1 second. I'll full screen this. Doko Master is looking like the game I'm gonna stay on right here. By the way, we got 15-13 Doko over Master. The ping difference is titanic, but it looks like they're having a pretty good match. So I'm probably gonna stick on that as soon as I get you the connects. Raphael, yes, I am on voice right now. I mean, I missed your question a while ago, but so yeah. Maybe Raphael wants to come hang out and stream. I'd be interested in that. We had the top 3 effic players in 2014. Minus Potato, because Potato is always lurking in the background ready to make his move. Alright.
Well, I guess it's not that unlikely that the winner we will be interviewing at the end might be Raphael.
This is true. I think he's the favorite to any tourney he shows up to that Potato is not playing in.
Yeah.
Granted, we haven't had the Potato Raphael final that we all want to see. So, you know, it's tough to say who the favorite is there. I still think it's Potato, but that's just my personal opinion. But I think Raphael has clearly proven himself to be a clear favorite in any tourney that does not have Potato.
Yeah, he's in really good shape.
Alright, I sent you the needed information in Discord. And now let's focus on this game. Now, Doko's pulled ahead a little bit. Now, Doko's an old player. He's got solid everything. But with the shape masters, and I guess I kind of, well, no, because Doko made this really cool team play map with all kinds of troll jump pads and just crazy shit. So we played a bunch of team play on that, so I know he has been playing. But I guess I hoped, I don't know. I thought Master might have a little bit more going than he's showing right now. So we'll see. I'm on Master, who's got 5 frags to make up, which is not impossible with 3 minutes to go. Just a tall order. But if he gets hot, he could absolutely do this. So watching Master's style here, he does not want to use rifle from what I'm seeing so far. Well, he chooses rifle in that situation, which, you know, that's a fic, man. Like, I want to say, well, that was the most pointless situation to choose rifle, but it's Sauer Duels. There's never a bad time to choose rifle if you hit the rifle. So he hits the rifle, and therefore that was a good situation. Now, it looks like Master's not having a great day today as far as lag is concerned. I'm seeing a lot of spikes from him. He just gets hit by a magical nade there. I don't know where that came from. Now we got a bit of a standoff up top. Doko coming out there with the machine gun, not the best play. I mean, I do that sometimes, but it's overly optimistic. You got to expect to get taken out there, and Indeed he does. So Master's actually made up a frag here. He wants to cut him off at top. That's a nice read, and he finishes the play nicely too. So down to 3 with 100. He's got a chance here. Takes a bit of unfortunate machine gun there. He's just going to rush in. Catches Doko slow on the weapon switch, or maybe that's just the ping. But now it's down to 3, but he needs to turn around. Doko, unfortunate rifle switch there. Not the way to go. And then Master gets the 120 rocket, but then he dies to nades. Ooh, that shotgun was a big whiff, but fortunate not to take too much back. And now he's got him in the choke point with machine gun. Ooh, but that rocket. He really needed to not take that rocket. It's kind of unfortunate. If he'd had a little bit better machine gun, maybe Doko wouldn't have had time. And there's the rifle. So Master's kind of back to square one here. And that taking that rifle, I mean, that could be the game right there. Ooh, Lizard King. You know who that is. I'll maybe not say who that is to keep other people. I don't know how private he wants to be, but the point is we've got some pretty old players who've been hanging around anonymously. It's great to see. Anyway, Master looks like he's not going to be able to quite make this comeback, barring a complete meltdown from Doko or some insane moves from Master. I did like the comeback he made there at the beginning of when I connected, so I definitely like what I'm seeing. In fact, I would love to see a full series of this. I think it could be very interesting. And it's also cool, yeah, Master's done. It's cool to see that Doko's got some skills too, you know? Most people don't really know him, you know, I think he's Chilean. I don't know. Point is, he's got 265 ping, not someone you're gonna see every day. But he's always been out there making good maps, playing some games, and today he's showing that he's got the skill to take on a guy who's been really training a lot and up and coming in FFA. Little ceremonial.
Doko definitely knows how to move around the map, that's for sure.
I only watched Master. I'll watch Doko for these last 20 seconds, but yeah, it looks like he's got pretty good fundamentals. That's the right place to take a weapon switch. Spam rocket was a bit optimistic, so again, it's hard to tell sometimes whether he's slow or it's his ping, because really, 226? 268. That is significant. But he is not held back by it here and manages to win the game 41-34. So, pretty commanding victory, but a little closer than it looked.
Well, now you got us curious about Lizard King.
You don't know who that is, man?
Is it Liugam?
Alright, well you just blew the cover off the thing, but yeah, it's Liu.
Well, I didn't know it. It was just a guess.
It was a very good guess.
Well, I guess it doesn't matter anyway because most viewers won't
even know who Liugam is.
is.
He certainly has a lot of rust to shake off if he wants to come back into the game, but it's cool to see him around and having fun. He's playing with another old player who I will not give anything away on, period. But yeah, so we got Z-Crone and Pix here, which is kind of interesting. Wait, I thought Z-Crone was... Is this loser bracket now? This must be loser bracket, right? Or how would we... Yeah, because Pix... I remember seeing that Pix had a pretty tough first matchup. Yeah, he lost his skills. So this is a lower bracket game. The winner is on, the loser is out for good. Let me refresh this bracket here, see what else is going on. It's a lot of games to follow, man. Like, jeez. Most people seem to have advanced to their second round matchups at this point. Hades and Breck still haven't played. Neither is Milch and Cornetto. And Frosty Tamino must have wrapped up about now. So I'm just gonna, I'm gonna spam through these servers and see what's going on. Oh, Hades is playing Breck. Hades is crushing him. But it looks like Hades still has some work to go playing himself into shape. I mean, I don't know what Breck's style is, but against a player like Breck, you would kind of expect him to put up something in the hundreds, and it looks like he's going to top out around 90 at best. So, hopefully Hades can keep playing into shape here. Let's see, on server 2. Server 2, we've got hashtag free jar from this. I don't know if that's free deck. If it was free deck, it'd have more frags probably. Maybe it's actually jar if he's not banned anymore. I don't know. I don't think it's been 3 months. Let me look in the bracket. Oh, it's Cornetto. Okay. Yeah, man, I don't know. I don't even know. But looks like Free Jar is gonna win. So server 3 is the Z-Chrome Picks game, which is looking kind of close right now. And then server 4. Server 4 is Frosty Domino, and Frosty's finishing him off with about a similar scoreline to the Hades game. So I'm gonna go on Picks and Z-Chrome for now. And
Oh, don't do it.
don't do it. Is that bad, huh? Well,
Z-Chrome is lagging so hard.
Oh no. I'm gonna go.
It's unwatchable.
I'm gonna go see for myself. Oh my god. 650 ping, and he's not connected through the proxy client server.
No.
That is terrible.
Yeah, I guess at this point someone should step in. But...
Someone should put him out of his misery here.
Yeah.
I'm not sure this is playable ping. Respect to Pix for not losing his shit yet. I don't know, man. It's a pretty unique lag too. Like, he's just making up new patterns that have never been seen before.
Dude, that's insane.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty good from Pixpov.
Ah,
oh, hey,
it's getting better now.
there he is.
Boring.
Oh, Zero Renard is gonna be on server 1, I'm told, which is pretty cool. So I'm told I should go over there, and I think that's pretty good advice. So I'm gonna do that. Good luck to Pix. Good luck to Z-Chrome. All right, yeah, we got Zera versus Renard here. That should be pretty interesting. Now, I know Zera plays a lot of mixes and some duels. I'm not sure. I haven't played a duel with her in a while. Her level is definitely... I'm not sure what the average is anymore. I'd say she's above average. Not looking to break into the high areas of the bracket anytime soon, but I definitely think that she'll be interesting to watch. Vetoing Simplicity because it sucks. Leaving... AARD3C, Academy, and Memento. Renard vetoing Academy. Boo.
Yeah, Memento.
Yeah, let's see a Memento between these two players. Man, I don't know when the last time you played Memento is, but the state of Memento is tragic with the changes to style we were talking about earlier.
Yeah, it's pretty rifle heavy.
That is the politest
but I
way
guess
to put
it's always been rifle heavy to an extent, I guess.
To an extent, but back in the day, I mean, I've got the demos to prove this. Like, we would stand middle and go with machine gun, or honestly, the long range rockets. That I remember you once said it's not a rifle map, it's a rocket map, and you know, that was true for a while. But looks like we're gonna see AARD3C. So, no, that was just the map we loaded on. We're gonna see a Memento. So let's see how these players play it. And I'm going to go off on Zera to begin with.
Yeah, from what I remember, she's pretty good with the rifle, so yeah, that's kind of what we have to expect here, I guess.
Alright, getting an amazing spawn.
Yeah, that's Sauer.
That is Sauer right there. And looking even to finish a second kill here if you can hit the rifle. Renard looks unsure how to even attack, and Zera finishes that kill off. And if Renard's not careful, she could get another rifle on him. But no, Renard does have a rifle of his own, and he finishes her off. So now they're just going to play some insta here. You know, 2-shot insta. Oh, that was a big shotgun. Through the teleport with the 200.
Yeah,
just like that, they're tied.
Yeah, they're showing us that it doesn't have to be rifle-based. I mean, if you really know your way around the map and if you know how to move, it can be a rocket heavy map as well.
It absolutely can. It depends on how your opponent's gonna play. If your opponent's got good enough rifle and knows how to move around the map as well, You know, you're only gonna get a few opportunities for those good rockets, but you know, if you've got a little bit of an edge, you know, you really can play the map the way you want to play it.
I mean, the absolute worst scenario here is you're behind, you're down some frags, and you have an opponent who decides to hide in that cave and rifle you. That's so nasty, man.
Yeah, that worst case scenario is pretty much every game with Frosty. I played a few games with Frosty the other night. What did we do? We did well, it doesn't matter. You can look up Sauer Tracker. But the last game was Memento, and I hadn't been playing a lot lately, and I'm getting used to a new mouse, so I was kind of playing like Frosty style, you know, like pretty cautious, not really. So we were just taking turns hiding in that cave like the whole game. It was ridiculous.
Yeah.
There was a great game in a Sauer Duels tournament a while back. It was the one where Potato was really hungover and lost to Partisan, and there was a lot of BM. But also in that same tourney, he played Memento against Frosty, and it came down to the final minute with lots of cave hiding. I think the final score was 49-48 against Starch. So that was an exciting game. I won't say what happened in case anyone decides that they've got to see it. But yeah, if anyone really wants to go watch that game, I can tell you what's up. Is it you lagging with stream, Hippo House? I don't know. Is anyone else having problems? Well, anyway, back in game here, it looks like, surprisingly, at least to what I was kind of thinking, Renard has pulled himself into a nice 3-frag lead, and they're sort of just taking some seriously unlikely rifle shots at each other right now. And now they're just missing on purpose. And look, it's a rocket map, just like we said. So, that's cool. But, the Nade of Destiny, and now they are on top of each other, taking turns rocketing themselves. Somehow someone gets a kill, and now I don't know what's going to happen. I have to say, I don't... These players are playing pretty hard to put my finger on exactly, like, what was that rocket jump. They don't seem to know where to expect each other, and I'm not entirely sure they know where to expect themselves right now. So, Zara with a good rocket, and looks like she wants to close the distance, and absolutely stomps Renard. Yeah, that's pretty. That's the way I like to see this map played. Yeah, this is a jump pad where usually I find going up the jump pad is actually stronger, but right there, Zara absolutely shuts that theory down, and looks like she's made up a few frags here, and if she can keep hitting these rifles, oh, beautiful. She's right back in it. So, now she needs to... Alright, pushing out there was probably a mistake, just because with that kind of health, you definitely want to just look for the last rifle rather than going up blindly. But there she finishes that kill. And now, as long as she can get a pretty clean kill here, she'll be looking really good as far as her comeback is concerned. And there, yep, catches Renard with the rifle out. He wasn't expecting it. He misses the rifle, and she gets a pretty good kill. But by the time I finish talking about that, Renard has already gotten it back. And here is not a good rifle fight. You want to switch to rockets right now. But instead of doing that, she ends up taking a rifle. This is a rifle fight, but whatever, it's going to be a rocket fight now. So that's what I mean. These two seem to be making up the map as they go along to some extent. Which, hey, that's good. Improvisation. And there, a little blindness from Zara, not noticing the player spawned right next to her.
Well, I guess Memento is just not a map that is very popular among the newer players anymore, and it just shows.
Yeah. I'm not sure. I haven't. It would be interesting to pull some Sauer Tracker stats on that and see who's playing Memento these days, because I don't really know myself. But we do have a close game here. It looks like it's kind of stabilized at this 2-frag difference, assuming that, yeah, there you go. That kill gets finished off, so... Zara, not a smart rush there, rushing straight into machine gun, but somehow she's not dead and she's hitting rifles, so... You know, whatever. Some nonsense there. Yeah, I'm seeing Zara's escape rifles are mostly hitting for her. Yeah, like, and when she misses them, Renard can't always finish the frag as quickly as he needs to. But he does get up one there because she took a really silly escape rifle before even going up pad and missed it. That's a good rocket situation. Ah, she misses though.
Sauer has been giving away a lot of frags by like choosing rifle and shotgun in these close range fights and not hitting. That's never a good thing to do.
Nope. But that's the temptation of effic, man. You always want to, you know, you want to get the kill as fast as possible. Oh, I'll switch to rifle, you know. But then you miss the rifle, and then you tilt and break your peripherals, and that's Sauer. Watching Renard kind of pull away here. I've been on Zara the whole time, so I think that now would be a great time to switch. Probably sooner would have been a good time to switch also, but didn't think of it. Those were some beautiful rockets, oh my goodness. And good machine gun there too. Renard definitely looks more in control on the map than Zara was. At least in these fast seconds.
He's looking level-headed, from what I see.
Nice shot.
He's also putting his rifle to good use.
Yeah.
Hitting 48%, 47.
That's nice, that's a really good percentage. Oh my goodness. That
nice.
This run could be enough to win him the game, and he looks good doing it.
A comeback is looking unlikely.
Kind of steps out into that rifle there, but not a huge deal. I'm sure he wants to not have to use rifle there, and he gets away with it. Zara, unlucky not to hit a rifle there when he turns back. But beautiful. I don't know Renard really either. I'm assuming he's French because that sounds French.
Yeah, he is.
But yeah, I don't know him too much from the duel scene or the team game scene. Easy to not notice guys over in DK, to be honest.
Yeah, I guess it's also because he usually plays during, I don't know, European times.
Yeah.
Let's say. So early in the day for you.
Yeah.
But I've seen him around, so.
Yeah, definitely a name that I at least recognize. So it's cool to actually get a chance to see him play. And that is the cool thing about these tournaments, in addition to you know, everything else that's cool about them, is you get to see players that you don't necessarily see because everyone comes together. I mean, that's the deal. You know, even if it's even if you don't get the top players in a tournament or regardless of turnout, it's just, you know, it's just an excuse to organize games, get everyone in the same place. So.
Almost frag movie kind of stuff here.
Yeah. Renard looking amazing. Someone, oh my goodness. Oh, poor Sarah, dude. The absolute whiff into the absolute death. Yeah, Renard's just styling on her at this point. Turned into a 13 frag deficit, whereas at like 4 minutes or less, it was still close, so. I don't know if, Sarah just lost herself here, or if Renard was just like, you know what, I'm done growing, it's time to unleash my true power. (49-36). Renard with the commanding victory, shooting 48% overall, 24% rather, and I missed his rifle percentage, but it was very high. Alright, Zara's going to server 2 for her elimination game. Let's see what's going on around the tourney. On server 1, it looks like Milch is going to play Brecht. Is that still... No, Hades will, I think, play one of these guys. So this is another elimination game. Server 2, that's where Zara is. Like, oh, we've got Art playing, or is this lag out? Playing as artist. Could be either one.
No, I guess it's Art. It's gotta be Art.
You would think so. He's styling on Skinnet right now, but let's see what's going on server 4 before I settle down.
Yeah, we definitely gotta keep an eye out for Rexus versus Ali.
Mm-hmm. Alright, well, this is like I don't know, they're just sort of hanging out. Maybe it's gonna be Hammond versus Daft Punk. That could be a close game. I'm not sure. Daft Punk's just not. I don't like saying Krakovic, so I can't. I don't know. Krakovic is not that good at effic compared to his overall talent level. So I'm not sure they're actually playing though, because now they're both in spec. So I'm gonna go back and let's see what Art's shape is like on server 3 here. Well, it looks like he's gotten like 5 unreturned frags since I left the server. 26-15, already off to an 11 frag difference. And this is against a guy who put up 90 frags in his first round game, so.
Yeah, Art is really hot right now. This much I can say.
Yes. Did you get any games with him before the tourney?
Yeah, we did some training games.
I think everyone...
Yeah.
Go on.
What to say, he kind of obliterated me. No, it wasn't that bad. I mean, we had some seriously close games. But it always felt like whenever I would get too close to him, he would just, I don't know, speed up a bit and...
Yeah. I feel you. It's, it can kind of be a thing where, you know, maybe Art speeds up, or maybe it's like, when it's time to go clutch, it's like, oh wait, I don't have all that muscle memory that I had years ago. Like,
yeah, probably.
When you're rusty, you just kind of, you can do really well for a while, but you don't have that extra gear where you can just count on yourself to go clutch, because it's just, you don't have the practice. But getting crushed by Art is definitely the norm here, so not the exception. Was unfortunate that you were lagging today. I think myself and a lot of people were interested to see your old school moves, even if the shape wasn't really going to be there. I think it's pretty cool how many people were still giving you your dues even after all this time. Like, I saw a lot of people being like, yeah, you know, Acuerta is one of the favorites to win this tournament. It's like, that's pretty cool that people still feel that way.
Yeah, I was actually amazed by that, but also feeling a bit of pressure, I guess.
Yeah.
But I don't know, I was just gonna play for fun anyway, so kind of unfortunate that it didn't work out like I had it in mind, but well, next time then.
Yeah. Well, Art doing just absolutely stylish rifle switches there, coming out of Tully's side with skim it on the ledge there, and just like, I'm gonna fall into you with rifle. Totally low percentage play. So that just shows you that yeah, that's the thing actually about Art's game in 2018. He just does the stupidest rifle switches now, because he won an Insta tournament against Achille. Like Achille hadn't been playing at all, but it's not like he was playing bad. He was playing great. And Art just won anyway. I think he lost to Gangler later on, but the point is, Art has kicked his rifle into a gear that he never had before, and you know, I've watched him playing FFA, I've watched him playing effic. He does the dumbest rifle switches, and he just hits them and makes them not dumb. But yeah, it's incredible. When a player's doing that, you kind of gotta throw up your hands, and you can't beat that.
It just gives him a massive edge over you all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, and that is speaking from experience here.
Yeah. I mean, it's tilting when a guy is doing those rifle switches, and you're just getting into your kill, like playing normal effic, and then you're dead because he's just like, yeah, I'm gonna insta kill you with this weapon that you would never have hit. I mean, that's when Potato really gets rolling too. That's kind of how it is. He'll just string together a bunch of absolutely stupid rifles, and you'll just feel helpless. It's like funny with Potato, you know, his insta's not that great. Like, he can go off, but he's mortal in insta, and if you square up against him in effic, like, you know, standing on the other side of Turbine, you get into a rifle fight, like, you can win that just fine. He's not so overpowered there. It's when he gets into a rhythm with rifle and strings a bunch of them together, where it's like how is anyone hitting those shots, and suddenly you're down 6. So
Yeah, I think it's just that hitting rifles in effic is totally different from like hitting in an insta duel.
it's just about dodging or not dodging.
Yeah. I mean, it also makes a difference whether or not you're being like harassed by Starch's MG all the time and trying to hit rifle. It just makes it kind of more difficult, I'd say.
Yeah. Art is looking to put up more than 100 frags on OT right now. That is ridiculous. I think Rex is going to have his work cut out for him today if he wants to stay in the game at all. Because look at this, man.
Yeah.
This is an absolute clinic. 85 to 51. 2 minutes and 15 seconds to go. That's just... Those are huge numbers.
Yeah, and it's not like that's his best map. It's just... I don't know, any map for him.
Yeah. I mean, like... There are plenty of us who are in the top tier of effic. We wouldn't even be putting up these numbers on Turbine most of the time. And he's putting them up on OT, which is a harder map to rack up kills on than Turbine. Turbine, you got a lot more mid-range to work with. It's a bit more together. But OT, you got all these awkward angles, and there's cover, and although Skimmet is just jumping out into the middle at this point.
Yeah. Yeah, to be fair, he's just rushing at him.
Yeah. Nonetheless, pretty damn impressive. So, we've been hypnotized by Art's incredible skill. What is going on in the other games? You know, maybe you could tab through the other games while I sit here and keep the stream on something and let me know what's going on.
So on Sauer Duels 2 we have Tamino versus Zara in the losers bracket, I guess.
Alright.
And yeah, it's pretty close. Tamino is leading by 4 and we're at 340 remaining on Legazzo.
Ugh, Legazzo. What else do we have?
Wait, we have... Oh. On 1 we have Milchmann versus Brecht, also pretty close. Milch leading by 2.
I like the sound of that game. I might tab over there without even hearing what's on the other one, because...
Yeah, wait, let me check 4.
Sure.
4, oh, a SQ clan match, basically. Radon versus Shuso. But yeah, Radon leading by 6 and 3 minutes remaining.
About what I would expect. So that was on server 1. This game is also over, so I'm not sure what's going to be coming up here, but going over to server 1, yeah, I want to see these players, because I actually don't really know what they have to bring to the table in effic. So I'm going to hang out here. We'll see what goes on replacing the art game, but I'm off on Brecht. Who has dropped a frag, but he's still pretty much in it, and those rockets are going to help. That was a pretty good MG switch, so I'm liking what I'm seeing there. Just a bit of a slow reaction, figuring out where Milch spawns, and choosing to use rocket there with the Shred MG, that's kind of a confidence thing. And there again, a little bit of a lack of awareness, but it looks like Brecht really likes to get close range with rockets and just get that 120 even if he takes some self damage. And that can be a valid way to play. Yeah, see again, except that time he lifts the rocket and ends up hurting himself pretty badly by giving away his spot, and as a result he's dropped quite a few frags in a row here. Milch looking more comfortable with the machine gun shred on that top platform, which has got to be a machine gun fight. And even taking the close range rifle. Does look like Brecht has a rifle of his own, but way off on the shotguns and rockets there. So I'm going to switch to Milch, see what he's doing. Raining down rockets, absolutely beautiful placement there. Rex not able to really control his movement at all. And the machine gun rush. How much did that do? Yeah, taking him down to 40-40 with machine gun. Just the second half of the clip there. Optimistic shotguns here. Switching to rocket, finishing the job. Very slow setting up these rifles. Looks like he's not so much a flick shooter, not super confident with his rifle. Really taking the time to try to set them up. Maybe he's got a lower sensitivity, or I don't know. But yeah, and now he's sort of off his game. So it looks like Milch doesn't really like using rifle. But you know, a small sample size, I don't really know. Yeah, he looks really awkward in these rifle fights. And Brecht does kill him. He hits the comebacker. Yeah, not bad. I like what audio is fine, video is a slideshow now, it's fine. Yeah, sometimes that happens. I seem to do slideshow like 1 or 2 times per stream, and I'm actually looking at my stats here. I don't know if I missed when it was happening, but everything looks good now, so sorry about that. It just happens sometimes. This game's over. Milch ended up winning by a pretty good margin, and I think Milch actually looks pretty good at effic. He's just really slow. He's like doing everything right in slow motion, so that's cool to see. Never seen either of those players duel, so I'm told server 3 is the place to be, and I'm going to server 3.
Okay. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, here's the place. All right, excellent. All right, so I'm gonna go on Ali, who is down 1 frag, but this is the opening minutes of the game. Nothing much significant yet. Rex is spinning around, absolutely trying to get his flow on, and Rex is a big flow player. You won't see him overthinking anything in effic. He just likes to go, you know. He's probably the least cerebral effic player I know. Not that effic is ever terribly cerebral, and not that Rexus is stupid, but when he plays, it's just like he's doing a ballet dance, you know. Anyway, he's getting off to a pretty hot start against Ali right now. Ali looks like he wants to meet Rexus at his level, you know, like he's not trying to slow the game down at all. He's going in full force, but that might not be the best way to counter Rexus's game. That was a nice combo though. Makes up 1 frag that way. Oh, but Rexus, oh my goodness, disgusting. That's the good old cross turbine MG dice roll there.
You never know what happens.
Nope.
Could be 7 in a row, could be 0.
Yep.
Yeah, we see Ali has the aim to put up a fight, but his movement isn't really on par with what Rexus is showing here, so that's kind of putting him down a bit. In my opinion, at least.
Yeah. I agree. And you know you're going to have problems on Turbine when you get stuck in that cross-map situation where you're trying to use MG and the other guy is killing you with rifle. You need to find a way around that happening, because that'll lose you the game just on its own. That situation comes up enough times. You got to either be able to switch to rifle and clutch it out, or you need to just stall big time, because the game can really get out of hand fast in that situation. Ali's done well though to bring it back to 2 frags. He was falling behind a bit, so he can finish this kill off, which he can't. Rex is hitting the clutch rifles. Let's watch Rexus here. Rexus, I mean, everything he said to me, I think he's feeling pretty good. He has not been playing, but he tried to play himself. He tried to play a lot of last-second practice games going into this tournament, and from what he said, I think he feels pretty good about how they've gone. So I'm expecting good
definitely.
things.
I mean, you probably haven't read the interviews on Sauer World, but he said he's really looking forward to the games, and he's really trying his best to win this time.
Nice.
And I think he's confident.
Yeah, I talked to him in Spank. I think I did actually quickly look at the interviews, but and those are nice, by the way. Way to go, setting that up. But yeah, I mean, you know, without giving away, you know, internal Spank discussion, but every time a tournament like this comes up, it's like, all right, Starch, Hades, you guys are gonna play, right? It's like, no. And I'm like, no, but you gotta win, because winning is important. And then Starch is like, I'm gonna be somewhere. And then Hades is like, I don't like Sauer Run. But here we are. Starch actually is somewhere. He's in Seattle, I think. I don't know. And Hades has showed up. I believe he lost a bet with Frosty, and that's why he's here. But gotta give him credit for honoring the bet. And Rexus was like, oh shit, I can totally show up. So Rexus is here representing the clan. Thank you, Rexus. This is your shout out on stream. And yeah, it's cool to see that it looks like he's really put in some good preparation. And now he's gotten out to a pretty comfortable 5-frag lead on the alley here. So, and that is disgusting machine gun, even against a somewhat non-dodging opponent.
Yeah, but from what I may disclose, it's basically the same situation in Whoop. So we always have the discussion, yeah, who's gonna play? Someone's gotta represent the clan and win this shit, man. So yeah, that's basically why Lagout is playing. He's not really into duel modes or into Sauer lately at all, I guess.
Well, he's been playing like Battle Royale games, hasn't he?
Yeah, Overwatch, that kind of stuff. And yeah, he doesn't really like the dual tourneys because he says people hide a lot and rifle. Yeah.
It's true.
I mean, I get it. I feel the same, but
yeah, and that's why I don't play effic as much as I used to. I played a lot this summer. I really wanted to like prove that I could still hang, so that kind of motivated me for a while. But ultimately, it's just you gotta really be feeling competitive to enjoy effic.
yeah.
Unless you're just someone like Rexus who can just, you know, flow so hard that the game doesn't slow down for him. But anyone who's missing even a step, like, it becomes such a nitty-gritty competitive nightmare. Like, it's just not that fun unless you really want to win. So.
Yeah, especially with Sauer's spawn system, where I mean, it's particularly bad on Turbine, in my opinion, because sometimes you just spawn in your own rockets, you spawn in Art's rockets all the time. So yeah.
Well, one thing that I have to say, it really impresses me when players like Potato and Rexus and Art as well, how they manage to almost make it like the spawns aren't such a big deal. Because they're just so fast. Like, they spawn and they're immediately recognized. It's like, oh, I'm behind the guy, or like, whatever. And they turn around and you're like, how the fuck did I only win that with 10 health? Like, what the shit?
It's just insane these days, man. I also played some games against Lokio, and he's been getting really good at this, you know, orienting yourself after you spawn, that kind of thing. He's been really getting good at it.
Ollie proving both of our points nicely there. Gets a terrible spawn, does manage to get a kill before dying.
Yeah, usually for me at least, it's the situation that I hit insane MG percentages, but it's just no use because I always get caught on spawns and I'm too slow. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that was go on.
Players like Raphael these days, they're just so fast. Their decision making is so quick. Yeah, it's insane.
That was the biggest thing for me coming back to Sauer. Like, I didn't think, you know, I never thought it would be so hard. Like, okay, I mean, my aim's all right. Like, I'm still pretty okay at FFA, but effic, it's just all about that crazy speed, and that takes a while to get back. Like, you got to really work at it to get back to the level that these guys are on.
If you haven't played a lot of duels, especially effic duels, you're just not gonna be used to that kind of speed. That's just the hard truth.
Yeah. You can't take a guy, and I've done this, you can't take a guy from Quake who's like on your level in Quake, you know he's got good aim, you know he's a smart player. You put him in Fic, he's gonna lose by 30 because he just can't process everything as fast as you need to. He's like, alright, I spawned, what am I gonna do? Oh, I'm dead. You know, that's kind of how a Fic is.
Like in my games against Art the other day, I was hitting like, I don't know, close to 40% MG, but it was literally in vain. I mean, he just obliterated me at every fucking spawn.
For what it's worth, there's no way you're hitting 40% MG, man. I don't know what's...
No, seriously.
There's a couple different... Which stats finder were you using?
The one that comes with Frosty's client.
Yeah, so that one's wrong. Me and Potato figured this out, because he was always like,
okay,
how are you hitting 26? I'm hitting like 40 or whatever, and I was like, no you're not, and eventually it turned out that the two stats things just work differently.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure the server one is the more accurate one. 28 is pretty good. If you're hitting 29, then I don't know, you might be hacking. 26 is acceptable. I get why you, like, 40 seems reasonable if you're thinking like Quake LG, like, okay, yeah, I should be hitting 40% no problem. But with the spread in Sauer, that just doesn't seem to be a possible percentage in a full 10-minute game of Fic.
Yeah, but the point still stands.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean,
yeah.
The percentages don't really matter, but let's say it was just my MG was on fire, but
yeah,
it's not like it helped me at all. I mean, it did help me, but not in a way that I could actually win the game.
Yep. No, I get you. And for anyone else who's using those two different ways of checking your stats, now you know that it's a little different. Yeah, Quake is both slower and faster depending on the Quake. Like, if you're playing CPM, that's, I guess, faster, pretty much. Yeah, I mean, CPM Duel is faster than Sauer Duel, that's for sure. You can't really make a game that much faster than a Fic. Like, maybe you're moving faster in CPM, but I don't know. It's an interesting question. Because it's just, can you be faster than a Fic? Is that even possible? Like, maybe CPM is as fast as a Fic, but it's hard to say that it's faster.
I don't know, I guess it's mostly due to the lack of any kind of spawn delay.
Yeah.
That's just adds so much speed to the game.
Small maps, no spawn delay. It's just yeah. Quake World is very fast. That's true. Yeah, you know what? That's a good point. Because Quake World, you've also got all those really OP weapons, lots of quick deaths, very fast movement. So Quake World is a pretty good point. Oh yeah, what up? Awo Feej. Hey man. Cool to see you. Sorry that I'm not streaming Celeste. Alright, what happened? Red and Skimmit and Tamino are playing. Which is cool, I guess. But
there's also Hades against Free Java, whoever. It's on server 4. Guess that could be kind of interesting.
Yeah, I'd like to see what Hades' shape is looking like so far today, so I will go over there. See what's up. Awofeej, unfortunately, I've never tried to pronounce that, but unfortunately this is not an FFA tournament, it is a FIC, so not to hate on a FIC, but not quite as interesting if you're not a Sauer player, which he's not. So, nice to see you, bud. Come back for an FFA tournament sometime. Alright, so going to server 4.
there's gonna be an FFA tournament next week, isn't there?
There is going to be an FFA tournament next week.
Yeah.
I haven't decided whether I'm playing. If I'm not playing, it'll probably be an even better stream because I'll just be casting. The only reason I wouldn't play is just because I don't really feel like it and I'm not in very good shape. But I might play anyway. I kind of feel like Lokio deserves to have me play, if you know what I mean, because he's been training so hard. I don't want him to. I don't want it to be a situation like, oh, he won, but some players weren't there. Like, I feel like he deserves to play the best players. But we'll see. That'll be a game time decision. But yes, there's an FFA tournament next weekend, and then yeah, I Lokio. Next weekend, and then after that, there may be a team tournament, maybe, and then it'll be a bit of a Christmas break. Because no one's got time around Christmas. Either people have finals, or in my case, work gets really busy. So we'll probably pick Sauer tournaments back up in January sometime. At least I think that's the plan. Duel 8 Legato. So Duel 8 was just sort of thrown into the pool. I'm not sure how many people have been playing it or have played it ever, but it is in the pool. So that's a thing. What do you think, Acuerta?
Oh, you caught me off guard there. Haven't been paying attention. What's it about?
Duel 8, the map Duel 8.
Mixed feelings.
Yeah.
Used to be pretty popular a couple of years ago, but I don't know, man. I really don't know how to feel about it.
Yeah, I'm not a fan. Partly just because I remember it got thrown into an FFA quali pool way back in the day, and I was like, this is bullshit, and then I lost. Because fuck it. But in effic, I don't know if I've really played it more than once ever. It's just kind of the shape of the map. It's just this, like, you can't really, there's no way to get from, I'm not sure if there's any teleport, but you can't really get from one side to the other. It's just all the same long fight pretty much, you know?
Yeah, usually it ends up in a rifle fight anyway, so.
Yeah. So I don't know. I think it would be cool to see Osiris, or if not Osiris, a lot of people seem to like MBT10, but not enough time to get that decided on for this tourney. So Duel 8's in. We'll see how people like it. And we are off on Hades versus Jar. I'm on Hades' perspective. This is Hades' favorite map, so it's cool that he got this. He's really good here in both Insta and effic. And he plays it real slow, too. So we'll see the most careful game of OT that you could ask for. And, oh. Hades made the aggressive drop and probably didn't expect that free Jar was actually going to be there. So a little confusion right off the bat. Now, how do you hit that rifle, man? Like, no one else is going to hit that rifle, but Hades hits that rifle and aggressively moves up the ramp there and gets a pretty interesting spawn, but does manage to go down to free Jar. He'll finish that kill off, and he's up here kind of exposed. Takes a lot of MG, but he still could get this kill here. No, he does not. So 7-6, pretty stable. That is an interesting rifle switch. I think it's not the best one. And we're right now we're at a situation where, like, they keep trading this one kill where it really looks like Hades could get two, but free Jar is hanging in there. And he may have managed to bring it back to an equilibrium if Hades can't hit these two rifles. Those were insane rifles. So that is Hades, people. That's what he can do to you. He can hit really, really fast, really awkward rifles. That's his primary means of winning. So now he's flowing real nice. That was a beautiful combo. One-to-one coded player names in the bottom. Oh, interesting. Well, more on that another time. Anyway, so free Jar has managed to string together a kill while I look down at my phone, and Hades is getting it right back with shotgun. So going with a little rocket stomp there, getting the rocket on Free jar with his back turned, running to the teleport. It's interesting shooting that rocket down rather than shooting it at tele-exit. I'll always shoot that rocket at tele-exit, but Hades had enough time to get him walking away. How much have you seen Hades play Acuerta?
Basically not at all. I mean, I was actually kind of surprised when Rexus said that Hades was one of his favorites.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, I did notice that he would duel a lot with Starch, so that is good training, I guess.
Yeah. I don't know if I would put Hades as a favorite for this tournament specifically, but he has come in second in a effic tournament at the Starch before, and he is really good. He's ranked really low in effic just because he had a couple, you know, he's kind of an inconsistent player. I mean, that's his main flaw, is he can't always bring his best game. But when he's on, he's really on. I mean, he's absolutely can beat anyone in the game at any time. So, you know, I get Rexus saying that it's a valid point of view to take, and yeah, he's mostly just a really smart player who doesn't make many mistakes and hits really insane rifles. That would be how I would characterize him. You know, you see, he's not getting out to a huge lead against Free Jar, who I still can't figure out exactly who that is, but he doesn't need to get out to a huge lead to feel comfortable, as long as his rifle's hitting.
Yeah, he's actually having a hard time here.
Yeah, it's tough to say exactly why, and I'm watching him play. He doesn't look too bad, but somehow it's only 25-22 at 5:42, and Hades has stopped moving, and now he has started moving again. So just a little mental break there for Hades. Cornetto, right. Optimistic rifle. Wow, how did he live to get that kill? 2 big whiffs on shotgun. That's the second time that he's gotten that spawn. With Hades on top of him, I mean. Still only 3 frags, right now, not 4 frags. I guess let's watch Cornetto and see what he's doing to hang in with Hades here. That's a nice rifle, that'll help. That's another nice rifle. Looking good. Oh my goodness. Now, you know what? I don't really know that much about Cornetto either. Alright, that was funny. Do you know anything about this guy, Acuerta?
Yeah, I happened to duel him the other day, and he's pretty good. At first I really thought it would be lag out because he was so good and
wow.
French, so I didn't know any other good French players, I guess.
Yeah.
So I figured it must be lag out, but yeah. It was actually pretty close. I think I won by like 10 or 15, but he put up a good fight.
Apparently he's been training this map specifically pretty hard. Apparently he was both in a clan with Brecht and Lokius has been training OT hard, so that does somewhat explain it. Unfortunately, I seem to have jinxed him a bit because the lead has really opened up since I've been watching him. Taking those obnoxious Hades rifles there. See, because I mean that's the thing, man. If you can close a kill with 2 rifles, you're ready to close a whole nother kill. It's that simple. I mean, I think Hades, in fact, I think he's emblematic of the style shift more so than Frosty, because
yeah,
Frosty has one of the he lives to infuriate people, you know. I can't put it any politely because he really does, in the best way possible. I don't know. Anyway, so that really factors into his play style as much as anything, and he's really interested in both making no mistakes and getting you to tilt while he does it. So he's sort of a special case in that way. So I wouldn't hold him up as the mascot of the shift and play. Hades, I think, is the mascot of the shift and play. You've got this guy who came from Insta, who played with the old school players, but who has settled into this really, really controlled style of play that you can't just run through. I've played a lot of duels with Hades. He's in my clan, and I've really come to see why you can't just run over this style of play, and you have to respect it in the new school era.
Yeah, that's one issue here that Cornetto is facing is he's just, I don't know, he's too careless in his movement.
Mm-hmm.
He would have to factor in this rifle-heavy style a bit more and take precautions.
Yeah. Yeah, because I think like it's not that Frosty's rifle heavy; it's that he's careful. Whereas it's not that Hades is hiding; it's just that he's rifle heavy. He's behind cover, and he's good enough at the game, not like some of the older players. He's good enough that you can't say, all right, he's gonna miss this rifle, I'm gonna rush him with rockets, because A, he's not gonna miss the rifle, and B, he's smart enough that he's not gonna just get rushed down super easy like that. He'll get out of the way, he'll switch weapons, and then he'll come back for you later. So.
Yeah, that's exactly the difference, because back in the day we had people who would rifle a lot, like Akili or others, but they didn't really know how to use it like reasonably.
Yeah.
You could just catch them off guard and tear them to bits and pieces. And that's the difference with the newer players. They just know how to use the rifle. They're careful.
Yep, absolutely. So it looks like Hades is gonna win this by, and that's the other thing. Like 61 to 50. Like, you know, this score was 91 to, you know, a higher score game. This isn't as big of a deficit, but I mean it's still a pretty big deficit. But like 62 to 50, that's huge. That's like, I only let you put up 50 frags, and I put up, you know, 1/5 of your frags more than you. So, really, in the end, quite a dominating victory here from Hades.
Yeah, but it's not that surprising. I mean, especially in tournaments, you often get this kind of progress during a game, where at one point you just give up and run into every damn rifle. So.
Yeah.
It's not so surprising. I mean, it could have been closer had Cornetto played seriously till the very end, but
True.
Still a convincing victory here for Hades.
Yeah, and I'm glad to see that, because I want to see how far Hades can get in this tournament. He doesn't, you know, I don't know how many more tournaments he'll play in. I don't know. He's never won a duel title, and it really feels like he should have. So, even though he's going to have his work cut out for him going through Rexus and Raphael, and even Frosty will put up and Lokio. I keep forgetting Lokio is the in some ways was the favorite for this tournament before we got some other signups. So Hades is going to have a hard time, but I really want to see how far he can go today.
Yeah, Hades definitely has it in him to make it out as winner here, but I don't know. I think if he wants to win this, he's gonna have a hard time.
Yeah. The other thing about Hades' style of play, and this goes back to what I was saying earlier, it's just tough to play that style of play against someone who can put up, you know, 112 frags on OT. Like, you can't slow that down. It's just, if you can't slow that down and your game only runs at one speed, then you can't catch up either. And I think that's what typically ends up getting in Hades' way. I think Frosty's actually even better at slowing the game down than Hades is. But the problem with Frosty is that he'll play down to your level also. Like, he's better at taking a guy like Starch or Art and holding them to a way lower frag count than they normally would be, and keeping it competitive. But he'll also play someone who's maybe not in such good shape, and that person can beat him because his game isn't super aim heavy. It's not going super fast. So it makes every game harder for him, but also gives him a better shot against top players. Just in my opinion, of course. So let's refresh this bracket here and see what's up.
We're gonna be seeing some extremely interesting matches soon. We have Raphael versus Redon, Loki versus Partisan, Rexus versus Hades, and Lagout versus Frosty.
My God, there's not a single bad game in that.
Yeah.
I think Raphael Redon would be the least interesting game. Krakovic requesting server 1, so let's go see what's going on. Yeah, Master Shuzo. In another world, I actually would love to watch this game, but I don't think that world is today. That's not how you spell it. This is Milch versus Skills. Correct. What? Why did you send me here? I mean, it's a close game. What are the other games?
Go to server 3. It's Ali versus Hammond. It's pretty close, actually. Wouldn't have expected that, but here we are.
Huh. I'm expecting Ali to pull away with this. I might, in fact, go back to the
It's gonna happen soon, I guess.
server 1 game because that looked like it was pretty close, even though it's between not contenders. But I'll stick here for a moment and see why Hammond isn't losing by more. I'm on Hammond here. Yeah, machine gun like that. Looking for those air rockets. I think Hammond's gonna get crushed into the ground really soon. I think it's somewhat of a fluke. It looks like he's playing careful, so maybe he got some frags. Maybe he got some frags from Ali just wanting to push the pace. Alright, this is absolutely out of control. So I'm going back to a different server. Let's be here. Servers, Uzo Master. 3 was the one I was on. 2 is Bug and Zachariah. And 1 is Milch and Skills. I'm gonna watch Milch and Skills for now. Excuse me. Hopefully they'll be we'll be getting to those really intense games soon. But for now, let's watch fan favorite Skills trying to I have to say actually, Skills has really been playing tournaments in duel like a lot. For someone who mostly sits on Discord and trolls, and then sometimes plays ICTF, it's pretty cool how much he's been playing duel tournaments lately. He seems to have decided to just have fun and show up to these with no real plan to win. And you know, he's got very good aim, so it'll be interesting to see whether he like, you know, gets good. I don't think he really practices, so that might hold him back, but you know, maybe he'll play enough tournaments that he'll just get good that way. We're seeing a real close game between him and Milk right here, but like that was standing on that platform there, he could have easily gotten spammed into oblivion. It was fortunate that that didn't happen. He was over with the rifle.
Yeah, who knows how Skills is gonna develop. I mean, we basically had a similar situation with Frosty. I mean, he used to be like not so good, let's say.
Yeah.
But then had a sudden skill explosion. So who knows? I think it was actually because he had a very shitty computer and then switched to a good one.
Well, yeah, good is relative. He always seems to have really poor gear, but yeah, you know, going from 40 FPS to, you know, 100, that's a pretty big difference. So that may have been it. I think. Well, I don't know. I wasn't really there when Frosty had his skill explosion, so I don't know shit. But Skills is yeah, exactly, Krakovic. Yeah, that is another good theory. He's gone down a bit here though after catching up, so hopefully he can mentally toughen up and stay in this one. I think that they're just playing insta here is rarely the way you want to do it exactly. I don't know. The upper player I think has an easier angle, but really it's just gonna be the better player with the rifle winning that fight, no matter where it is. But yeah, skill's just looking a little slow on Academy, like just not sure. Yeah, because he's gonna take that spam right there. He doesn't seem to know how to deal with Milch's more experienced spam. I remember like all the way back to like 2009, 2010 effic. Academy was like, you didn't even take out a weapon other than rockets the whole game. It was, and that was kind of effic in general, but Academy in particular.
That was when Daimos still dominated the effic scene, so he kind of made the rules,
Yeah.
and that was how you played.
Even like back to Blauville though, Blauville in particular, it was like rockets and shotgun. The other weapons might as well not exist. Oh, that was some terrible machine gun. Oh, it's some lag too. I'm gonna get a glass of water or something, come back. Looking forward to the later bracket games getting started here.
Okay. So the game's over. Milchmann winning by a margin of 7 here. So he's gonna advance to the next round in the losers bracket, and he's gonna play against the winner between Buck and Saharia. So my bet's on Buck. So next up on our server we have Origin versus Doko, which does actually have the potential to be an interesting match here. They're playing OT.
All right, I'm back for a second. What's going on? We've got all those really interesting games coming up, but what games are happening in the immediate future? Because if there's some more lower bracket games, I might step out. It would be really convenient for me to step out for like 10 minutes.
I think they're working through the losers bracket at the moment.
All right, you know what? I'm gonna.
Yeah.
Let me just. All right, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna leave this on Origin Doko, on Dokopov. I choose Dokopov, and I'm gonna step away. And if something like, you know, Rexus, Hades, or whatever, if that starts while I'm gone, just highlight me a ton in Discord, and I'll come back and at least put it on someone's pod.
Okay.
So once I get this done, hopefully I won't have to step away anymore. So, all right, I'll be reachable by text.
Yep. Basically the same applies for me too. I'm gonna be taking a break now, and yeah. If you need any commentary, just let me know on RC. No, RC's gone. Discord.
All right.
Hey there.
Hey. So, is this for real? Are they playing Legazo? Fucking
Yep.
Legazo. Bullshit. What are the other games that are going on? Oh, Starch is here. God damn it, Starch. Why couldn't you get here sooner? But yeah, is this the main good game that's going on right now, or?
I don't know, it seems like Lagout and Frosty are gonna play. I wonder why no one has mentioned that.
Loki, I mean, they're all good games right now. Lokio Partisan. I think I should definitely... I'm just going to switch around right now. It's the early minutes of Legazo. It's not super interesting. So I'm going to take a look around these other servers. And then we'll come back to this if we have to. That is the server that I was just on. Server 2 is going to be Lagout and Frosty. Server 3 is going to be no one. Server 4 is no one. Alright. I think that the most consequential game is Server 1 with Rexus and Hades. I think the most interesting game is probably going to end up being Server 2. So we'll sort of try to split the difference on those. And check them both out as they go along here. So right now, Rexus and Hades are knotted up. Too bad I really hate Legazo because any match between these two players can be really interesting. Although Rexus did just pull a pretty nice lead out of nothing. So and you can see Rexus is feeling himself. He's playing the way that only he can, just with that move, like getting up top and then just jumping around. Like most players doing that, they're gonna take a ton of damage. But Rexus knows how to make it look like he doesn't have a care in the world, when in reality he's able to avoid a lot of damage and deal even more. I mean, just look at the way he's moving around the map compared to Hades. It's just so fluid. He's just getting to his spots while Hades is trying to like stall him out. I mean, what do you think?
Yeah, that's what I noticed about Hades too, and that's why I was saying it's maybe not his time to actually win a duel tournament here.
Yeah.
Because even in the previous game on OT, his movement looked kind of choppy, I'd say. I mean, that's not gonna have such a huge impact or such a huge effect on this map here, but on others like Memento, it will have an impact on him.
Memento's not his best map. OT is probably his best map. Academy's pretty good. Turbine, he's pretty good. Man, there's so many maps in the map pool. Frozen, I haven't seen him on in a while. I don't really know. And those are 5 maps that actually matter, and then there's all these other maps I don't even know. But I mean, he's keeping right up here. It hasn't gotten any worse, although that was a really unfortunate spawn. I don't know. The best thing I can give for context. I don't know. Oh yeah, Hades can absolutely take a game off all these players. It's just unlikely that he's going to take a best of 3. At least the way it's looking right now. But then again, all it takes is one game to really screw up the bracket, and so if he could do that here. But let's Rexus looks like he's sort of keeping this 3 flag lead. Not a whole lot is happening. I'm gonna see what Lagout and Frosty are doing, because I think that's gonna be a really interesting game. It's a total clash of styles. And
yeah,
I think
they're playing Turbo.
Oh my gosh! All right, let's take a look.
Oh yeah, it's the close game we expected. Lagout 2 frags ahead at the moment.
All right, I'm here, and I am on Frosty. And Frosty fires a rifle at nothing and then dies. Is this some lag here? What's going on? I don't know. Anyway. Yeah, I'm gonna stay on Frosty for a bit here. He's tied it up, but not likely to get another kill, and he doesn't even manage to get any damage. That's unfortunate. He needs to get a really clean kill here, or else it'll be like he didn't tie it up at all. Lag out maybe a bit rusty there, neither of them hitting their rifles. And Frosty makes probably an unwise push on that doorway there after hitting a nice rocket. And there he takes a really unfortunate rifle from lag out at an odd spot. And that definitely screws up his momentum. Frosty definitely looking a bit awkward in his shots, but Frosty always looks that way. So I don't know for sure what to make of it. I played Frosty 3 games last night, or maybe the night before. I won Turbine, and I won Academy, and I lost Memento. So I guess what that says is he's definitely not in his best shape. He's very beatable, but he's also not in his worst shape, and he could absolutely... Okay, he's kind of freaking out right now. Shaking his mouse around, going down 4. That's not a good sign.
That's usually not a good sign.
No. Let's look at lag out here, so we don't have to watch any more mouse shaking. Lag out with a beautiful combo there. Not a winning combo, but a lot of damage. And hitting his rifle there as well. Great angles on those rockets. Beautiful. Beautiful stuff. Perfect placement on that rocket on the spawn. Not the best push up the jump pad, but I think he feels like he's got enough of cushion to do stuff like that.
But also, lag out's really at the crucial spot here. I don't know if you've noticed, but he's like gone into his rushing mode again, and that's not something you want to do against Frosty.
Yes, and I have noticed.
It's showing a bit on the scoreboard as well.
Yeah. Well, that push up the jump pad was just not really gonna ever work, and I think that as I was saying it, I was like, oh, you know, he feels like he's got a cushion. I was like, well, this is lag out. You know, I'm not sure that he's thinking about things like cushions. Kind of just probably playing his game. But 4 frags is a good place to be, but in no way is it secure. And in fact, Frosty just took one back. So, and there, yeah, those were not. That was not wise movement. Fortunate that Frosty makes a mistake there and he's able to get that big rocket, because Frosty was about to bring it even closer. Lago playing a bit more careful now. That's good.
Yeah. But there's always this danger. I mean, we know it from professional sports, like everywhere. When your opponent looks like he's already beaten, he's about to give up. That's just a very crucial time for you, because you have to seal the deal and pull away further.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And you see that, so that's something you'll see with inexperienced teams or players in sports or in esports. If they're leading the whole game, and by leading the whole game by a lot, that's when you really worry for them, because will they be able to close it, or will they have expended all their energy and focus in the early half of the game and then be trying to keep a lead rather than playing to finish the game. There's one thing we know about Frosty, it's that he plays the full 10 minutes.
Yep.
Lagout has definitely survived his first push. He's actually brought it to 4 frags, although Frosty should be able to finish this off pretty cleanly. I'm back on Frosty now. Let's see what he's doing. He's still whiffing a lot of shots, so I think he's happy that it's only 3 flags. Gets that rifle, but can't put any damage off the spawn. And now he's going to stall it out here, but Lagout, of course, is not going to stall it out. But Frosty hitting some sick MG there. Lagout had him pretty caught by surprise, but Frosty got out of it a lot better than I thought he would. And if he can just get some damage here, which he can't, unfortunately. So now he needs to hit God Machine Gun. They're even right now. Frosty fortunate those rockets managed to stop Lagout there. Some questionable moves. For as cautious as he is, I've noticed that Frosty really likes doing that move that he just did, which is rarely effective, but he does it a lot. Some more jiggling to the camera.
feel like if Frosty wants to really win this, he's gonna have to be more obnoxious.
Yeah.
Like hide more, rifle more. That's the stuff that really annoys lag out bones, and
Well, I don't know
that's
how.
his only way out.
I don't know how the map ended up on Turbine. Because
Yeah, I was wondering the same.
yeah. By the way, Genre went ahead and recommended one client black frosty thing. I recommend Comet. It's a lot. It's just more user friendly, less broken in most ways, I think. But if what Genre's right that the other client doesn't have a lot more features. All right, back to this potentially exciting game. 23 seconds. Frosty needs to go clutch now, or the game is over. Rifle time. It's not. It should have been rifle time. 7 seconds. 2 frags. It's over. It is over. So Lagout is going to get the win here in what was a pretty close game, but ultimately Lagout looked better and he was better. So let's see. Did we miss everything?
Rex's Hades is already over.
Yeah. Who won? Do we know?
Let's. Oh, Hades won.
Oh my goodness. That's unbelievable.
Hell yeah, I didn't expect that, that's for sure.
I didn't expect it after watching how the game was going. Before the game started, I could have seen it happening, but I really didn't think it was going to happen after just those first few minutes. Let's see what the reaction is in Spank. Nope, no reaction yet. Man, that's really going to hurt. That's a real big setback for Rexus. He's going to have to face some tough people in the loser bracket, and he's going to lose out on a map pick in the final if he can get there. But good for Hades, man. I mean, wasn't even gonna show up to the tournament. He shows up. He's already gotten a big win, and he's advancing into these later bracket games. So let's see with the bracket on my phone what the upcoming stories are. Like I was saying, he's falling asleep soon. Someone's being a psychopath. Like it when my victims have hope. Yeah, no, well, too bad you lost.
Let's
Lokio
check up
versus
on
Partisan.
Lokio.
Is that happening?
Well, on 3 we have Art leading against Radon.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Oh, is this Partisan? Oh, we're here. This is where we're at. All right, we got Lokio versus Partisan. This is a huge game in my opinion.
Yep.
Partisan is a perennial overachiever, and Lokio is trying to make a statement this tournament. I think they're very, very evenly matched players. So, I was extremely excited for this game. I'm glad to see there's still another 4 minutes left, and they're all tied up. I'm on Lokio for now. He, in fact, is getting out to... Nope, he's not getting out to the lead. I got distracted. He's all knotted up. It looks like Lokio definitely wants to close the distance on Memento, which is kind of how I'm expecting him to play it. He's not a guy who loves to rifle stall, not that he can't. And he hits an amazing rocket up the jump pad there, total facial. And as a result, he's gained a chance to put a real lead and not just yeah, there it is. So 33-31, and he's got a chance to put a rifle onto him now too, as long as he dodges these nades. He falls off the better spot, but he's back up. Oh, that was the best angle you could have asked for, but Partisan catches him by surprise. He doesn't hit it, and then also taking that rocket there. No hesitation going through that jump pad, perhaps a bit optimistic, but he gets that rifle and he gets that rifle too. It makes up for all of it. Now he's got the turnaround on Partisan, hitting pretty good machine gun. Not quite finishing it, but he should be able to. Of course, on Memento, nothing's for certain, and he does take the rifle. Damn, that's so Memento. How he takes that rifle too. Unbelievable how things just turned around on Lokio there. Fortunate to get that rocket there though, so he's still got a chance to just keep a lead going here, and it hits amazing turnaround rifle. That's looking really good. Pretty good machine gun there too, and he's got enough health to take a rifle. Will he take a rifle battle? No, he's gonna close the distance and kill him with rockets. Pretty good, but they're 100 each, so Lokio manages to edge out this frag, and it's 2 now. He hits that rifle. That rifle's huge. That rifle is a big deal. And oh, a perfect rocket. A little lag there. I don't know if that's me or them, but Lokio now up to a 3 frag lead with still plenty of health to get another rifle in. Doesn't get it, but he does do some good damage. Partisan is not railable. I don't know if Lokio knows it doesn't matter in the end, because Lokio gets the kill with other weapons. Missing a pretty easy rifle there, but he should be fine if he can get this turnaround. This is going to be insta, and Lokio wins the insta. If he can keep winning the insta duels,
Nice.
it's going to be hard for Partisan here. Yeah, and now 4 frags. This is an awkward spawn. Lokio would really like to hit a rifle here. Got it. All right, that's gonna limit the damage pretty nicely. Partisan not able to chain 2, but he still has time to finish him off. Predictably, Lokio closing the distance. Partisan not expecting it. Perhaps a bit. Oh, and going through with rifle out. A little bit of Partisan could be looking a lot better in that last 20 seconds than he is. But he has closed it a bit. It's 3 frags, and I believe they have equal stat. So Lokio spamming the jump pad, Partisan wanting to go up it, but Lokio comes out here. Oh, this is a close fight. Who's gonna get the last shotgun? It goes to Partisan, but Lokio does not take a rifle off the spawn. He does take one here though. Oh, and he returns it. Beautiful shooting. Doesn't finish it though. Down to 2 frags. Lokio needs to make sure he does not take any rifles here. Oh, what a sick shot. That's unfortunate. And Partisan gets the next one too. 49 seconds. Lokio probably a little worried right now. I mean, he was looking really good. Predicts Partisan perfectly there though. Partisan recklessly going through the teleporter. Gives Lokio a complete bailout. And now it's tied. What the hell just happened? It's Lokio by 1 frag. Partisan, I don't even know what happened. I like switched pop and then suddenly Lokio was dead again. But alright, Lokio getting the comeback kill there. 21 seconds, 1.5 frags. This could come down to who gets whether Partisan can get the tying frag in time. 100. Oh, gets the totally flanks him, but blows everything. Lokio is going to win the game.
That was close.
53 to 52 too. That is a low score. It's not that Memento never scores that low, but when you see that score, you know it was a bitter fight.
Yeah, but it's not that unusual for maps like Memento to have these huge comebacks and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
Since especially when you have two players who play it very rifle heavy.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you always end up in these all or nothing fights.
Yep.
And yeah.
No, that's absolutely right.
In the end, Partisan almost made a comeback, but Lokio was just, I don't know, he knew his way around the map. He had very good awareness of where Partisan was going to go. So that was in his favor.
Yeah, I think Partisan looked a little... I think it really came down to Lokio's shape being better. There were a couple situations... Well, I think there were 2 or 3 things. There were a couple of situations where Partisan had a good opportunity to do something but couldn't finish the kill enough and just took more damage than he should have before he was able to finish his kills. There were a couple situations where he did things that were pretty stubborn, like going to the teleport that one time without even really thinking about where Lokio was going to be. And then... yeah, I mean, I think that was really the 2 things. It was just his shape and a couple stubborn mistakes. And Lokio was able to get what he wanted in terms of what you were saying, moving around the map and making the attacks he wanted without taking too much rifle damage, mostly.
Yeah, Lokio realized that in the end that he couldn't just go for these all or nothing rifle fights all the time, because that is just very risky, especially if you're ahead. So you gotta close the distance
Yeah.
every now and then and force the enemy into close range fights. And that he did really well.
Yeah, and it's hard to do on that map, which is why I think it was fortunate that Partisan wasn't hitting just those extra few rifles. But he certainly hit plenty of them. So a well-earned victory by Lokio there. Pretty excellent. Eternal Solstice talking shit to whoever. Wait, Skills did play. He just didn't make it. Anyway, rather than referee the shit talking, let's see what's going on the other servers. Okay, we've got a lower bracket game here. That's probably not where I want to be. We got another lower bracket here with Zekron actually keeping up with Cornetto, which is kind of surprising to me. In fact, Zekron's still playing. He must have gotten a ways through this loser bracket. That's very impressive. Alright, yeah, there's nothing going on other than loser bracket games currently. I expect another game will start soon. I'm going to watch Crone and see how he's keeping up with Cornetto.
Yeah, it's still only round 2 of the losers bracket, so...
Oh. This is a long tourney.
Yeah, they're trading a bit behind.
Yeah, I guess that's what happens with long loser brackets, is you get these upper bracket games finished, and it's like, alright, next game. Nope, you gotta wait for the loser bracket to wrap up. So hopefully they can get a lot of games running right now. There's 2 servers where nothing's going on currently, so...
Yeah, maybe it would have made sense to like divide up the winner bracket games, because we had like 4 amazing games all simultaneously.
Yeah, yep, that.
So maybe they could have divided that up and have 2 played at the same time and some loser bracket games.
Yep, I agree. Next time, maybe that can happen.
But keep that in mind.
Here on Crone and Cornetto. Cornetto may be pulling ahead here, but I'm really impressed with what I'm seeing from Crone, because Crone has been playing a lot of FFA and really trying to work on his game. And a lot of times when I watch his demos, the biggest thing I see from him is just he's slow in realizing how a fight is going to go, and then he doesn't execute that well in the fight. So it's cool to see that he's hanging around with Cornetto and effic. It's because I think he really should play a lot of effic. I think that's almost the biggest thing his game needs right now is a lot of effic practice. So yeah, I like what I'm seeing here. He's still a bit slow, but his aim is looking really solid.
Yeah, definitely.
Nice. Bring the back-to-back rifles there, back-to-back-to-back. Apparently Rex is his dueling starch in a practice game, which in some respects might be more interesting than some of these tournament games right now. But I'll let that one slide, I think. 1 second here. Don't mind the... funny stuff. Alright, back in the game here. Crone's still hanging in it. That's awesome. But yeah, I looked in Discord. I'm not entirely sure which games they're trying to run next. It'd be good to know. Because it would be cool to, it might be cool to get like a mid-game interview going with someone if they're not playing.
Well, if I had to plan the next matches, I would definitely try to get the losers bracket up to speed.
Yeah.
Since, yeah,
And that would give
this
us...
game is like, they're really trailing behind.
That would
still
give
stuck
us...
at round 2.
That would give us a good chance to interview someone like Lokio and see how he's feeling about this tournament so far. So let me see, once again, the usual server exploration. Let's do that, that's where I was. Doko R4 still going on. This is the same game somehow. I guess Rexus is gonna play Skimmet in the loser bracket? Why is Rexus pinging 198? Oh, now he's going down. No, he's still kind of in the hundreds. That shouldn't be. And then over here we've got Frosty versus Bug. I think Frosty should be able to take this without too much difficulty. I hope Rexus isn't having lag problems. That would be tragic.
Looks like it though.
Go back to 1 and see how the...
It's really skyrocketing.
That would be atypical from him. I don't... Rexus doesn't usually have lag problems, so it'd be really surprising and unfortunate if we were to have them today.
It's better now.
Okay, thank goodness. Alright, well, in crunch time here, it looks like Cornetto is pulling away on Crone, but Crone, if you watch this back later, like what I'm seeing, keep playing effic, it'll really help you. Looks like
even
I'll go on.
Even if you don't care so much about effic and you just want to become a good team player or FFA or whatnot, it's still to have good effic skills. The execution always has to be spot on, no matter which mode you play. So
absolutely. I mean, that's how effic even got started. It was always just you need these skills for CTF and FFA, and so people played effic, and then eventually someone was like, this is so fun that I want to play in a tournament. And then it took over, damn it. But anyway, Lokio's gonna come on stream in a moment when he's ready, and we'll catch up with his thoughts on the tournament so far. Crone actually made a nice little comeback in the end here, so this is finishing with a very respectable score against Cornetto. 72-69 final score. So, again, nice one, Crone. I'll go over to Frosty Bug now. I believe that was server 3.
4.
No, that's Rex's.
Frosty's already pulling away, so
So he
doesn't
is.
look so close.
Well, I'll just watch Frosty and see what he's looking any better than he was against Lagout. Not that he was looking bad against Lagout. Losing by what? He was like 2 to Lagout. That's not bad at all. So.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know Frost's game that well, but I don't think Turbine is really his strong suit.
No, absolutely not.
In turn, we know that Lagout is an absolute beast on Turbine.
Yeah. Frosty's actually gotten a lot better at Turbine. I think Lokio is in the building. I think I probably need to undeafen him. Yep, unmute him rather. But yeah, Lokio. I mean, Frosty used to have a really weak Turbine, and he's worked on it to where it's respectable.
Just two-sided.
I missed that because I'm trying to unmute Lokio, and there we go. Lokio, you are in the channel.
Hey.
Hey, man. That was a sick game versus
Hey,
Partisan.
man.
What?
That was a sick game versus Partisan, man. It was down to the wire, and you looked really good.
Thank you. I know you guys missed the start, but it was a lot more harrowing for me there. I was down by like 4 really early in the game.
Oh my goodness.
I had to make that up.
Well, that just makes it more impressive.
Yeah. Never know what to expect from Partisan.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it looked like he was playing rifle only at some point.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was saying I think Partisan's always one of the biggest dark horses in the tourney. Funny, you two have some history because you played in the finals of the very first Sauer Duels effic tourney. Is that right?
Yep. That is correct. We also played that map, and I did much better against him that time. I think he's probably worked on it since then.
Well, I think he's worked on his game in general since then. I mean, I never considered Partisan a serious effic threat before, and he's clearly a serious effic threat now. If you take games off any player.
Yeah, didn't he make a finals appearance with Raphael? He took it to 3 maps, if I remember correctly.
That did happen. I'd forgotten that he took it to 3 maps, but he did. He won the group, went through Starch, went through Frosty, dropped a double overtime loss to me. I think this is only loss.
Yeah, I remember that game.
It was a lot of fun for me, but ultimately really didn't make a difference. And then went on to put a very respectable performance in against Raphael, who was absolutely rolling. So
Yeah.
clearly a very good player, and big win for you. So who are you facing next?
Next I'm up against Raphael.
Oh boy, how are you feeling about that?
Yeah. I mean, I feel about as good as you can going up against Raphael.
That sounds pretty good.
I think I'll do well. I mean, I don't have high hopes of winning, but I'll put up a good fight, I'm pretty sure.
For a bit, it looked like this was shaping up to be your tournament. Not that it can't still be your tournament, but you were one of the early favorites before the signups had gotten a little deeper. Looks like you've been really putting a lot of time into effic lately and looking really good.
Yeah, I've been trying to work on it a little more. Before this, I've been focusing a lot on FFA, and I think my effic kind of suffered as a result, so I've been trying to get back into it.
Nice. Well, that's a good. You'll have the FFA talent ready to unlock for the next tourney, and
Yeah.
probably going to stomp everyone. But
Hopefully.
I don't know if Redon hasn't said anything about whether he's going to play or not. I hope he's going to play, and I'll try to play unless I'm just way too mentally pre-tilted to even justify doing it. But
Yeah.
if I think you're gonna look really good at this next tourney, and I'm hoping that you'll be able to get some good results here today. You've already gotten one great result, so.
Thanks, I hope so too.
What else? What do you think of some of the other plays in this tourney today? Hades upsetting Rexus on Legaza.
Yeah, I was about to say that. I was really surprised to see that happening. I wasn't expecting Hades to be like in that good shape, judging by what I saw on Sauer Tracker before that. And Rexus is always like really dangerous players.
Yeah. Yeah, I was both considering Rexus the favorite, and then after what I saw at the beginning of the map, I thought, oh, I don't really need to watch this. I think Rexus has this pretty under control. But somehow he came back after I left. Did you see the end of the game, or?
No, I don't think so. I was probably playing during the game.
Ah. Well, I look forward to finding out what happened there, because it must have been special.
Yeah, I'd like to see that demo for sure.
Yeah, we should try to get either of them onto our stream and ask them what happened there.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure Rexus would be happy to come on. I
Yeah.
don't know. I don't think Hades is gonna come on.
Why did you unexpectedly lose?
Yeah. Maybe later. Maybe if Rexus comes back and wins the tournament, he'll be able to laugh about that loss a bit more easily. But right now, it probably still stings pretty good. All right,
So yeah, speaking of your quarterfinal against Rafael, are there any maps that you would definitely veto against him?
I don't know if there's anything that I would definitely veto. I definitely prefer to avoid probably Turbine and Academy because I've played him there a bunch and I know he consistently beats. I mean, I feel pretty good. I mean, pretty much the same about every map against him.
I mean, he's my clanmate, so I don't want to betray him or anything, but I guess it's known that he's just phenomenally good on Academy.
Yeah.
So, if I were you, I would want to avoid that.
Yeah, he's amazing at Academy.
Yeah, I might want to try and catch him on like one of the less played maps. Like, maybe if it comes to Duel 8, I wouldn't be totally opposed to that. Since I don't know, like, how many times he's played it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I guess it's difficult to find any map where you would expect him to be like not that good, because
Yeah,
I mean,
with his
if-
playstyle, it's just like he
Yeah.
can do anything.
Here's a question: will you veto simplicity, or will it be a game of will it be a game of chicken?
I think it'll be a game of chicken.
Who's gonna blink first and veto simplicity?
I think there are definitely higher priority vetoes for me than simplicity.
Well,
But we'll see.
that would be quite something if it ended up coming down to simplicity. I know you are both not fans of the map.
Yeah.
I'm watching Rexus take out Skimmit right now, trying to get his groove back. Certainly putting up big numbers, but yeah, he's got to be rattled by that loss. Do we know who Hades is playing next?
Lagout.
Hades versus Laga. Oh, I can't wait to see that.
Yeah.
Hopefully we won't have to have those two games at the same time. That would be a national tragedy. In fact, I might as well say something in Discord, see if we can make sure that doesn't happen.
Oh, apparently my game against Raphael is starting, so guess I'll see you guys later.
Well, I'll see you there, but yeah. Have fun, good luck.
Thanks.
I have to ask him what server, so let's see. Server 4 looks like I guessed correctly. And Hades is still here, so that's good. That means that game has not started. And hopefully it'll not start until this game's gotten well underway. I'll probably stop being named this now, I think. Pretty much here.
So where is it going down? Ah, 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Frosty's about to play Rexus in the loser bracket.
That's also a very exciting game. Frosty Rexus. Oh my, and it's kind of a grudge match in some small fashion, considering but actually they've had some back in like 2016, those two really had a bit of a wow, I'm really dancing around how to say it. They didn't get along for a bit and ended up with Frosty leaving the clan, but they've since absolutely patched things over, and this most recent period in Spank they got along well. But the point is they've got a lot of history. Frosty's in DM now. That's a game that has some weight to it, and
yeah, definitely.
so hopefully, well, we'll see what we get to watch or don't watch. I definitely put Rexus at as the favorite still, even after his loss to Hades, but it is by no means a sure thing. and I'll be very
Yeah.
interested to see how that goes.
He has just warmed himself up on Skimmet.
Yeah. But
That dude had to suffer, man.
but he's got to be feeling a bit he's got to be feeling a bit nervous. I mean, losing to Hades is not how he expected this tournament to go. I would expect that Rexus is a little rattled right now. He doesn't want to make this kind of an early exit when he was really counting on a finals berth.
Yeah, that's exactly the moment where you don't want to be facing Frosty, because he just senses your insecurities and shoves them down your throat.
Absolutely right. How many Frosty games have you had the pleasure of witnessing or playing in your time?
Yeah, we've dueled each other 1 or 2 times, I guess, in tournaments, but yeah, we also had some kind of banter going on between us back then. So yeah.
Yeah, he's not afraid of a little banter. He's not afraid of a lot of banter either. He's got pretty much infinite capacity for banter. So no surprise there.
Yeah, it's like you said, his whole play style and behavior sometimes has the potential to piss you off really badly.
Mm-hmm.
But I gotta say, I'm made up with him, and I don't know.
Oh, I'm
I
with
think
you.
I would, yeah.
I like the
I
guy.
don't have any issues with him.
Mm-hmm. No, for us, he's a real one, as some people might say.
Yeah.
You know, you can count on him to tell you his unfiltered opinion. He's generally a stand-up guy. He's he thinks about his decisions and thinks about how the game is played, and really cerebral, intelligent player in that way. And you know, good, fun to watch. Very pulls out a lot of really close games, and you got to respect that. So even if he does choose to, you know, participate in perhaps more trolling than maybe always pleasant, he's a good player to have around.
Yeah, definitely.
Of course, I guess all that I got to shut him out for running this whole tournament and getting it off the ground and really making it the first, I think, really truly respectable tournament since, in some ways, since SWL. I mean, I know SWAT Llama ran SSL while I wasn't here, and he definitely ran a number of events, but I always felt like that tournament suffered a bit from SWAT Llama-itis. I don't know. I remember reading the closing message of that tournament. It seemed like it had been a bit of a wild ride. I know there was some disagreements among the admin team. And it didn't run for all that long either. So, you know, since SWL, like there have been a few different tournaments, and they've been good for Sauer, and they've had different levels of success, but Frosty's really built something that's lasted here, and that's really kept the game alive and brought a lot of players back, and you really got to commend him for that.
Yeah, I think him stepping down for like a couple of days. I don't know if you remember that.
People panicked.
Yeah.
It was chaos.
I think it actually motivated me to like support him in one way or the other.
Mm-hmm. All right,
I don't know. I didn't want to see it die, I guess.
Yeah. Well, it's good. We had a lot of people step up, and I'm proud of all of Sauer brought in for that. Looks like we've ended up on OT here. Let's look back at these vetoes for a second. Lokio vetoed Turbine. Art did not wait at all. Vetoed Simplicity right off the bat. The roles were Aard, Frozen, OT, Simplicity, and Turbine. So no Academy. That's really unfortunate for Art. Fortunate for Lokio.
I wouldn't have expected Art to veto Frozen. He's really great at Frozen.
He might still have some PTSD there from the final of the Sauer Fick ladder. I don't know. Maybe giving myself too much credit there. But yeah, so yeah, I guess well, he didn't. It was that or OT. I don't know. I think he just put up like 100 something on Ali or whoever that was earlier. So maybe it wasn't Ali. I don't know. Point is, I think he's feeling pretty good about his OT today. So that may be why we've ended up here, and we're going to see what can happen. I don't know how good Lokio is at OT either. So this is going to be interesting. I'm off on Art to begin with. who is refusing to die and ends up getting a rifle off before finally going down. And just like that, we're back at fresh spawns, and Lokio is going to pull out the first proper lead. I'm actually on Lokio accidentally, and I like what I'm seeing, so I'm going to stay on Lokio here. It looks like his rifle is treating him nicely off the start here. Art with an interesting nade play there, like a distraction nade pretty much, but ultimately doesn't end up making much of a difference, and Lokio's actually off to a 2-frag lead, getting a very favorable spawn there. That always feels good. And his rifle's just absolutely insane right now. Lokio is hitting every rifle he could ask for, and also getting perfect machine gun spread there too. That looked like a really well placed rocket, just barely whiffs, and now they're gonna play a little insta. Both players missing way more shots than you would normally miss in this particular fight, and now it's become a mental thing, and Art ends up getting the shot. But Lokio hitting perfect machine gun off the spawn, taking barely any damage, and he's got a solid 3-frag lead here. He could even extend it if he gets some really nice moves here, but nope, not gonna happen. Getting that perfect rocket up top there, because top can really get out of control, so it's good to hit that first rocket. Art does kill him pretty easily there, and Lokio's MG finally pulls off a tiny bit. Art coming through the jump pad somehow with other I don't even know exactly what he did there, but Lokio shuts it down pretty nicely. And now we have that fight, my least favorite fight on the map. And also Art hitting 2 really annoying rifles, and just like that, he's back in it.
Oh yeah, he's finding his way into the game now. Been waiting for that.
I was watching Lokio Pog, and I was just like, this is so unfair. I was tilting from spectator, like, and oh my god, he's pulled it all the way back. He's just going absolutely ham right now. And Lokio, unfortunately, giving him another angle there, which he was not going to miss. And see, Lokio going to the teleport there, that's the kind of thing, to me, that shows he's not on the level with OT that a lot of these other players are. I would have done the same thing, but what seems to separate really good OT players is that they can just stay top and abuse it. They make it seem like top is the most broken part of the map, and you know, I go up there and it's like I can't do nearly what they can do personally. But yeah, so the fact that he wanted to go down and go through teleport, just in my personal opinion, seems like the kind of thing that suggests he doesn't have quite the same OT style that I see a lot from the best guys. However, it's hard to critique him too much. He is 16-16 against Raphael, and if he can get a quick kill here, which he can't, he could have really tied it up. But no big deal, 18-17. Raining down some rockets, again going to the teleporter there, and taking a lot of damage because of it, and in fact dropping a kill. So that's why I said what I said before. Looking at least partly vindicated. Great rocket placement there, though. Art's playing pretty open, which I think Lokio is appreciating for now, but there, I don't know. I lost my train of thought for a moment, because it's very hard to commentate absolutely everything that happens in effic, but I'm trying, people. Anyway, somehow Lokio has gone down 3 frags, so during my mental lapse, something terrible happened, and now it's 22-19. Lokio, you can see, now he's trying to stay top a bit more. I think he probably feels the same way I do, that he has to make that happen. And he does pull off a better kill because of it. So now he's up here trying to take the spam rocket, but just gets naded down instead. Sort of coming in the same place for all of his peaks, a bit predictable perhaps. And here he's in an awkward spawn. It's hard to get the advantage off that spawn. So you really feel like you're at the mercy of your opponent. It's a great opening rocket, but Art just comes right back with amazing stuff. Beautiful peak rifle from Lokio. Let's see how he plays this. Beautiful shot. That is excellent.
To be honest, I expect Raphael to pull away pretty soon. I mean, at the moment he's really not hitting the shots we know him to hit, and once he gets rolling, it's going to be pretty difficult for Lokio to keep up. I mean, he's already having a hard time right now to keep up, and it's only going to get harder, I guess. Let's see.
I agree, and I think that Lokio's plays on OT are kind of low percentage. A lot of the stuff he's doing is just not going to cut it. And I say this as someone who is also bad at OT. So when I see a lot of my game in someone, I'm worried for them. I'm going to go on Art here, who is indeed pulled away to a solid 5 frags, and we'll see what he's doing that is causing that to happen. Oh, there he just crashes into Lokio full speed and does a ton of damage. Somehow doesn't hit that rocket there, but he'll be able to finish him off with MG, no problem. Lokio might have wanted to be more annoying there. Gets a good starting rifle there if he can hit 2, but I bet oh, no, he gets the second one. Alright, so now they're going to play a little insta. Lokio flies into him. That was not, I think, the play that he needed. I would have pushed the rifle fight there. Or, yeah, whatever. But instead he comes over from top, gives a lot of free damage to Art. That was a nice little jump out, though, by Lokio. Looked like he was in danger in that fight, but he actually pulled it off pretty well. And he's got it back down to 3 frags here. If he can get this kill, he'll be looking even better. So that's pretty impressive. He faced down a potential 5 frag deficit and brought it back really quickly here. And in fact, he's brought it back even more. So I regret switching to Art Pop because some crazy shit's been happening on Lokio Pop. In fact, he even drops a little Lokio style smiley there. You know players are feeling themselves when the binds come out. That or they're tilting hard, depending on context.
Yeah, in my case, it's usually the latter. I don't know. I guess they're both pretty excited or nervous because I'm watching Raphael right now and he's really not looking as solid as we've seen him today.
Well, you know what happened with God Spencer versus Raphael on this map. Were you around for that, or did anyone tell you about it afterwards?
Not really.
Well, let me tell you. You're familiar with Bud Spencer as a person and a player? He played in a effic tournament a couple tournaments back. I think it was at least 2 tournaments back, if not 3, but maybe 2. He was having a very underwhelming day. I believe his first game versus me, I was terribly not warmed up, and he could have definitely done well, but he tilted it immediately anyway for really no discernible reason. All this is to, and I think I won by like 10, but my score was like barely 90. All this to say that when he came out later and took Art down to the final seconds of OT, hitting absolutely everything, I don't think anyone saw that coming, and everyone's jaw was on the floor. He was not able to quite clutch it out in the end, but wow, while I was saying this, Art has pulled away, but what I was going to say was Art is vulnerable on OT. He has come near taking a loss from some less expected players before, but he is now up 6 because he has been doing ridiculous things.
Yeah.
And with 138 to go, it's going to be tough for Lokio to bring us back.
I mean, what should be noted here is that Art is really one of those players that get their frags in the end. I mean, speaking from personal experience, I've had so many leads against him, but rarely ever did I get them across the finishing line.
Yeah, no, I absolutely agree, and that's a good point. I mean, kind of comes back to what we were saying before about focus going into the last minutes, but it's also just, you know, when a player is that confident in their aim, you get to the end, you want to slow it down, you're trying to grind it out, not take any risks, and they're just like, you know, I actually hit everything, I don't miss, so I'm just gonna go get you now, and that's what makes these players so hard to play against. At this point we can call it. I pretty much, unfortunate for Lokio that in the end Art did pull ahead so much, but he gave us a very, very good first six minutes or so. Had some nice moves, hit some clutch rifles. Definitely showed that he has been training and he's a force right now. But ultimately, not able to really make Art sweat too much. So we'll be seeing Art move on to, I believe, are we at the semifinals now? For him?
Oh, they want us to switch to different server. What do we have?
I don't know.
Oh, Frosty beat Rexus on Academy.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, that would have been a close match.
What?
49-48.
What unbelievable.
Oh, we missed that. Damn.
Damn it. I had Discord in front of my Twitch chat, so I didn't see the... Oh no, they weren't saying it in Twitch chat, they were saying it in Discord.
Yep.
Ah, whatever. It's hard to monitor the chats because if I full screen zero my Sauerbraten, everything lags a bit more. And if I'm full screen in Sauerbraten, I can't monitor all the stuff that's going on. Well, Rexus is justifiably frustrated, and I think we are all shocked by this result. Yeah, I mean, if anyone's not shocked, please explain them yourself, because, well, Frosty and Hades are both absolutely beastly opponents, and in no way am I taking anything away from them. Rexus is a top 3 effic player in 2018. He's ranked top 3 on Sauer Duels for his results. He has made the finals in most tournaments that he's played, and he puts up numbers like no one else can.
Yeah, let me interrupt you. We have Hades versus Lagout on server 2.
Alright, I am about to be there.
They're starting on Turbine. Hades pulling ahead, getting the first frag, getting the second frag.
Alright, I'm off on Hades here. There may some bias may enter into my casting in some way, because I am definitely rooting for Hades here. I really wanted him to play this tournament. He wasn't going to until he lost a bet to Frosty. I really think that's the only reason he's playing today. So it would be really great to see him get a result that would encourage him to keep playing the game. So anyway, moving on from me, we've got a 7-4 scoreline. Hades is hitting all his rifles, and you know what? I think this matchout heavily favors Hades. I think Lagout, I don't know. Lagout definitely has the potential to, if he starts running over Hades, he could tilt him, because Lagout definitely plays a style that aims to run over you. But I think that Hades is a perfect counter to Lagout's carefree style, and I expect that Hades is going to take this. So we'll see. Right now he's up 2 frags. He's looking excellent, by the way. He's hitting all his shots. That was absolutely stupid. Yeah.
That shouldn't have worked. Yeah.
And yet it did. And here we are. If Lago's going to take insta fights against Hades, he's going to lose. I'm surprised Hades hasn't won an insta tournament also. Hades is just so fast. When you watch him play insta, if he's missing a lot, he'll miss a lot and he'll look bad. But when he's hitting these ridiculously fast shots. You know, he doesn't give you any time to react. Everything he takes is high difficulty, high speed. So Hades has a lot of raw talent. People probably don't all know it so much because he tends to play mostly with starch, and sometimes he'll lose towards players. But in terms of raw talent, Hades just has so much there. And yeah, look at these rifles he's pulling out.
Yeah, it really takes skill to hit those rifles. I mean, there's not these conventional shots.
No, not at all. Look at that. That was a beautiful MG rocket MG combo there. He's up 5 frags already, and he's on pace too. He's putting up a big turbine right now. Lagout's giving him taking the fight right to him, and Hades is responding by just tearing him apart so far. So this is still winner bracket, yeah?
Yep.
So
Winner bracket. quarterfinal, I guess.
That'll send Lag Out down to the loser bracket if he loses, which means that presumably Frosty would have to go through Lag Out to get to Hades again. And the reason I say this is because I think Frosty versus Hades will be a really tough matchup for Hades. Hades has taken a lot of L's to Frosty. It doesn't mean he can't beat him, but I think that he's going to really want to hope that Frosty gets taken out in the loser bracket, because that could really put a damper on his tournament run if he ends up running into Frosty too early. But we'll see. I mean, he's going to have to face the hardest opponents one way or another. That's just something that occurred to me. Whipping some rockets there, that's going to let Lag Out get back a few frags. But manages to finish that one with a rifle and immediately takes it back. Hades is looking amazing right now, honestly.
Yeah.
When I play Hades, I try. I mean, there's nothing you can do when he's on like this, but I make it a huge point not to give up rifle angles because, I mean, it's like anything. It's like basketball. You don't want your opponent to start feeling his shot. You know, you don't want to let him get that momentum. Now Hades knows I'm hitting everything with rifle. I can hit every rifle I want. I've got a cushion, so I can even risk taking them. And he's off. He's playing his game. So you really want to try to not give Hades a chance to warm up his rifle when you play him. Now he's taking some perhaps unwise ones, but still got 5 frag lead. And really, when you're hitting these kind of rifles, it's hard to say any rifle is too unwise. That kill kind of there is kind of, I think, representative of where Hades sometimes falls apart. His machine gun is by no means bad, but sometimes it will let him down. And there, see, he was trying to, a few kills back already, but he was trying to finish that kill with machine gun. And he just couldn't hit that last shot and didn't switch to shotgun in time. So now we've got Lag Out back to 3 frags, and that is interesting because he has not been that close in a while. Hades, however, looking to take it back immediately. Whenever Lag Out does something, Hades just comes right back at him. Here we go. Lag Out brings it to 3 with full stack. Oh my goodness, that shotgun though. And yes, nice aggressive move from Hades, but even stalling Lag Out for that one moment, you know, Lag Out doesn't like to play against that. Look at that, look at these moves that Hades is pulling out today. I love the way he did that machine gun juke. He shot until he felt like he was missing, then he just took a second and dodged. It looked like he was going to go behind cover, and then he just dodged back out into the center and hit the rest of the machine gun.
That looked super cool.
Now, if Hades wins this, is he... Oh no, Lokio's back in the loser bracket. Hades-Lokio would also be an interesting match just because there's a little bit of history there in terms of just debating Lokio's skill level between myself and Hades. I'll just put it that way.
Okay.
So I think it would be interesting to see that map. There's a lot riding on that just for a personal score to settle. As far as who's going to win that matchup and by how much. So that'll be interesting to see if it happens. If, I mean, I guess Lokio is going to have to run into Frosty as well. Or is Frosty...
Well,
wait, is Frosty in the... Yes, he is in the loser bracket.
Hades is going to play Raphael next.
Yes.
In the semi-final.
Yes. And that is amazing. I think that's going to be really hard for Hades. I have to say, I think someone like Rexus is a better matchup for Raphael because it's really hard to put Raphael off playing his game unless you really take the Frosty levels. So I really feel like the only people who can beat Raphael consistently are like Hanzik, Rexus, Potato, and Frosty. Not that... Yeah. So
Yeah,
I
probably.
be interesting to see if I can be proven wrong, but so far I haven't seen anyone without either a completely obliterating type style or a really extra special Frosty only type style. I haven't seen too many wins against Raphael. But Hades, I mean, what is that? Like, he is absolutely
Yeah.
beasting it right now. So, love to be proven wrong here. Everyone wants an underdog story. And I think Hades is really showing not to take him lightly here, even though he had a little bit of spawn blindness in that occasion. Well, we have to say for Lagout's, in Lagout's defense, it's not like he's an active player right now. This is probably not peak Lagout that we're seeing. So.
Yeah, not at all. He's super inactive.
So we're glad to see him show up and show a little bit of what he can do, but this result is not necessarily indicative of what these players would both look like in peak shape. Woo! Yeah, that's confidence. Oh my gosh. And that kill right there, that comes from dueling Starch. Because there's no one else that's necessary against. But when you're playing against Starch and the results don't necessarily matter that much, and the only way you're gonna win is to pull out kills that are just light speed fast, that's when you practice
Yeah.
things like that.
Yeah, I bet.
And it really, like, it's insane. It's totally
Yeah,
ridiculous.
the super clutch combinations have to come natural to you if you want to win against Starch, I guess.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you don't stand a single chance.
Yeah. And I mean, it's more, it's that, but it's also like, if you play with Starch a lot, you naturally start mimicking him a bit. And I think that's very much a Starch combo there. Like, maybe Frosty, if Frosty's trying to beat Starch, he's better off playing his own game, or, you know, Raphael is going to play Raphael's game. But Hades, Starch is by far his most common duel partner, so he really has probably picked up some of Starch's moves. And that was definitely a Starch move. So that was awesome. What in the heck is going on now?
Oh, semifinal next.
Are there any loser bracket games going on? There's quite a few of those.
Yeah, technically there should be, but I don't know.
I will spam 2 random binds accidentally, and then I will go to the servers and see.
Okay, let's see.
There's Partisan, who we've all forgotten about, but he's still there, and he's going through Ali right now, who must have made it a fair ways to still be in the loser bracket, or again, the loser bracket's just lagging behind. Server number 3, nothing is happening on server number 3. Wow. Server number 4, Frosty and Lokio, 23 seconds. Frosty is going to win. That's just what's going to happen here, because it is 47 to 43 with 14 seconds. So, Frosty is having a hell of a tournament here, I have to say.
Wow, Ali kicked out Redon.
I'm not that surprised by that. Redon is really not a good effic player at this time. He's an amazing Sauerbraten player. But, oh, Starch is making some good points in chat here. He points out that Hades was in Whoop with Art, which is true. In fact, he was in Whoop with you, technically. And he used to,
No, he wasn't, I think, was he?
well,
I might have been inactive at
yeah,
the time.
you were inactive. But you've been in Whoop for quite a while, and he was in Whoop for a stretch not
Yeah,
all
I
that long
remember.
ago. So,
Him and Nighty.
oh, Lokio's frustrated. That's too bad.